So we shall move on to the next point, that is public relation. The part of public relations that is mostly directed related to promoting a company's product or services is called publicity. As we all know this, it is nothing but to create some publicity, we all need some public relations. So who are those public here? In the sense, it might be your stakeholders, it might be your dealers, customers, consumers, combined of all these persons, we call it as stakeholders. Even it might be your shareholders. To have an communication, to sell our products, we need to discuss in the internal as well as to the external members of the organization. So the internal part of the organization are called as shareholders, and the external part are called as stakeholders. It might be your consumers, dealers, wholesalers, retailers, or all this. Now, the definition. Public relation is the attempt by information, persuasion, and adjustment to engineer public support for an activity, cause, movement, or institution. It is nothing but, as I said, y'all, it is nothing but an attempt to provide an information, to motivate, and to adjust to engineer public support for an activity. This might be a cause for a movement or institution. The next setting is of functions of public relations. The first function of public relation is of communicating to shareholders. As you all know, the shareholders are quite related to the organization, because without their decisions, ultimate decisions, no decisions can be taken by the board of directors. So each and every person's presence is required, their decisions is required. After that, we need to finalize the result. That is, for communicating towards the shareholders, we need a public relation. Apart from that, the next point is of communicating with dealers. These dealers might be the wholesalers, suppliers, retailers, or whoever it might be, those who are concerned with the business, to communicate with them. Even for this, it is also a part of public relation. Next one is of communicating with customers. As we all know this, without customers, no products or no services can be sold or can be acquired with a profit. So even to communicate with customers, we need an tool called as public relation. The next one is of communicating with general public. It might be the consumer, not the customer. To have an communication with the general public, to know their taste and preference, to educate them, to whatever it might be in welfare activities, or it might be in some other cause, you need to communicate with them. So even this is also a part of public relation. Next one is of communicating with the government. So whatever you all do, without government, no industry can be taken place. In the sense, you all need some set of rules and regulations, because the best example is of your GST. Without communicating with the government, you can't independently grow your business. So for each and every existence of your organization, you need the support from the government. So that is of the point. The next one is of communicating with the employees, is because whatever inputs, manufacturing outputs, all those things to be discussed with the employees, because whatever activities we are taking them, it might be like recruitment, it might be for manufacturing things, exporting or importing. In the sense, exporting, importing, in the sense, input of your raw materials, exporting of your finished or semi-finished good, all those things can be communicated with the employees. Next one is of communicating with the press. That is nothing but with your social media or mass media or newspapers, TV, televisions, whatever it might be. Even for communicating with them, we need an public relations. So these are the 7 points or the 7 functions of public relations. The fourth point is of direct selling. Direct selling is one of the powerful tool, where you meet the persons directly and motivate them, encourage them, or create an influence or impact them to purchase your product. So It is the process whereby the producer sells to the user, ultimate consumers, without intervening middleman like the wholesaler, retailer, or broker. Yes, this is one of the most powerful point. When you're doing the things with of direct selling, then there is no need of any middleman or retailer or wholesaler in there. So you go directly meet the persons, in the sense your customers or consumers, you sell your products. That is what the point says. So direct selling offers many advantages to customers, including lower prices and shopping from home. It is also called as multi-level selling. Yes, this should be agreed, because whenever you go sell your products, even you can sell the products for the lower cost, because there won't be any transportation charges or middleman charges for all those things. If the cost is of 5 rupees, the manufacturing cost, even you can sell that for 6 rupees or 7 rupees, that is more than enough. But when you all include the middlemen or wholesalers, you need to fix the MRP for rupees 10, because you need to provide the amount even for the wholesalers as well as for the retailers. So these things can be eradicated from there. So this is said as one of the best point. So the two forms of direct selling is of repetitive person to person selling. The salesperson visit the buyer's home, job site, or other location to sell frequently purchased product or services. The better example for this is of the street vendors, or the persons who sell their products quite frequently near our homes. Say for an example, even we see all the persons who having the stalls in the on the wheels. They come nearby home, sell the vegetables or fruits whatever we are in need of. So these things are frequently, in the sense often takes place in the nature. Next is of party plans. The salesperson offers products or service to groups of people through home or office parties and demonstration. Is the better examples for this products is of like your for your education systems. We often we in the sense many lecturers or faculties come from various colleges. They provide you all some demonstrations, workshops, all those things, and they come encourage you all to purchase their products. This is of another point. So we shall move on to the next point now, that is of personal selling. Personal selling is a broader concept and involves oral presentation in conversation with one or more prospective buyer for the purpose of making sales. The purpose of personal selling is to bring the right products into contact with right customers and to make certain that ownership transfers takes place. As this is most acceptable in nature. And guys, make sure that